I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. Yeah, I'm just in my head right now. Why is it that I'm not sleeping? All my darkest thoughts are creeping. Try to keep them out, they're seeping. Drowning in my doubt and sinking. I don't wanna be that guy who always lets you down when you want to fly. I don't wanna act so shy, but my mind told me down. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. Yeah. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. Yeah, I'm just in my head right now. Lately I'm counting mistakes, tally them up till I break. Now I drive shouting at lakes until we collide with no brakes. Underwater, everything goes darker. They won't find me, never left a marker. Rest in peace, though we never met his daughter. Won't ask for forgiveness cause he failed to be a father. I don't really know what's going on in my head. If I try to clarify, you'll think I'm already dead. So you rise, I stare out, I'm feeling hollow instead. And then the darkness within begins to swallow my wind. Now begin a new sin by taking blows to the chin. Another way to hide inside myself, projecting within. So now protecting my thin mental inspection so dim. I let them see the positivity I've made up for them. Yeah, I put a smile on to protect my friends. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. Yeah, I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head. My head, I'm in my head. My head. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. I'm just in my head right now. Yeah, I'm just in my head right now. 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 Yeah, I'm just in my head right now.
Hello, and welcome to another stream. We gotta change this donor business. We do not have a donor of the stream right now. Let us restart that label. There we go. Up for grabs if you want to donate during this. So let's make some enemies, some mortal enemies, because people do not like being ranked sometimes. But that is what we're doing on today's tier list.
We Skeem thank you for your money.
Kiesel says he doesn't know why he's watching this. He doesn't listen to any YouTube rappers. To compensate, take some money. You know what? I'll take it, and you are the stream MVP. Congrats. Now, if you know anything about me and tier lists, when I used to upload these on the regular, we were always mathematical with them, and that will not change here tonight. Kat, if you're trying to find that latest song on Spotify, it is not on Spotify. It is a song that you can only find on YouTube, and soon enough... Hey, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. And soon enough, you'll also be able to find it on the B-Sides Volume 2 CD form. And then you could rip it to your computer and all that. And thanks for the $5 saying that you like the song. Appreciate it. So anyway, if you're new to my tier lists, we're mathematical with it. That is not going to change here tonight. If you see this, oh yes, Microsoft Excel. Every time we get to an artist, we're going to consider these factors. 40% goes to talent. How well are they at things that aren't just rap? I need to change how the display of this chat. Hold on.
We Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
All right, it'll be back. It'll be back soon. So 40% is going to be their talent. Are they able to do things besides rap, produce their own beats, sing, play instruments, that sort of thing, mix and master, all that fun stuff. Lyricism is 30%. What the hell are they saying? Then the other 30% goes to their flow and technique, which accounts for 10%. There's star power, which I don't think is important in ranking who is best, but it does have a factor. It is something that if you're the artist, you're going to want all the star power you can get, right? Because that's going to be the thing that makes you the most money, but I don't think it's the thing that makes you better than somebody else. And then 15% is my personal bias. Do I like it? Because all of this could be flawless, but if I don't like it, since it's my damn tier list, 15% goes to just me. All of these are on a scale of 0 to 5. So minimum score available 0, maximum score available 5. The tier lists are S tier is a 5, so we'll see if anybody gets there. All the way down to F tier is anything less than a 1.9. And as you can see, D tier is anything up to a 1.9, C up to a 2.9, B up to a 3.9, A up to a 4.9, S tier if I consider you a 5 across the board. I don't know if anyone's going to be S tier, to be honest with you, because I have not done this already, and we're going to be putting in the math as we flip it and go, and I don't know if there's anyone who I think is perfect 5s, so S tier might be completely vacant tonight. Where is Wee Skeem tier? Wee Skeem is too great for this list, so he's not on it. My child has transcended simple things like ranking systems. So is this stream going to remain public when it ends? Maybe, but if that's probably maybe. So, let's get into it. This is in alphabetical order. We've got about 54 or so people to get into, and we're going to be giving them all the ranking treatment. So this, grab some food. I got this from help with the community. I asked you guys to send me names, and if I recognize the artist, they went on here. If I did not recognize the artist, maybe next time, because I can't really rank you if I don't know who you are. 100 Kufis, since his name is a number, starts us off. So, talent, produce, sing, etc. 100 Kufis is very much just his rapping. He's working on the singing bit and the other, etc. But talent-wise, it's all in the rap, which is covered in these other aspects. For me, the best rappers are not just rappers. So he's going to get a 3 on that. Lyricism is a 5. There's no doubt on that. Flow and technique is also a 5, no doubt on that. Star power, unfortunately, his star power probably has a limit to it because star power really means you could trend with the youngest demographic very easily. So I think his star power is also at a 3. Personal bias, do I enjoy listening to Kufis? Abso-fucking-lutely. Kufis is starting us off with a 4.1. That throws him A tier. Do you guys see how this works? Math, not instinct. I don't trust instinct. I trust numbers. Let's go. So instead of me just saying, I think Kufis is A tier, this is how we get him to A tier. And this is what we're going to do for all the next 50 plus people. Round of applause for Kufis starting out in A tier. Now we have Adam Calhoun. We have 69 people watching. That's sexy. How many people are going to want to start fights after the end of this? Hopefully a lot. But hopefully I get money off this stream too. Who knows? Anyway, Adam Calhoun. Let's reset the stage to all zeros. Adam Calhoun's talent to produce, sing, etc. If I am being fully honest, I don't know if he produces, and I haven't really heard him sing. So I am not 100% sure what to rank him here. He hasn't made it obvious in the 5 or so tracks I've heard him on that he does anything besides rap. So I'm going to have to leave this as a neutral 3 because I'm not sure. Lyricism. Adam Calhoun likes to say on the same topics way too often. He's very good at those topics, but he's very repetitious, so he gets a 3.5. Flow and technique. This is where Adam struggles the most. His flow and technique is very not by the books and doesn't always sound good. Now, his cadence can be good, so that's going to, and techniques encompass cadence as well. That's what's going to keep him afloat here, but he's at a 3 because his cadence has to carry for everything else he does. Star power is a 5. Absolutely, Adam Calhoun is a star of stars. Do I enjoy listening? For the most part, yes, I do. So he gets a 4. So that's a 3.4 for Mr. Adam Calhoun. On my scale, that puts him at the B tier for Calhoun. Now we have Alpha Bite. So let's clear out the scales again. Alpha Bite, talent to produce, sing, etc. I think that we're going to have a theme for a lot of these guys that are mainly into rap. Alpha Bite does a little bit of the production side as well, mixing and such and so forth. Nothing that amazes me, but nothing that's like, wow, you can't do anything but rap. So 3. I was going to watch Handmaid's Tale tonight, but this is probably more dramatic. You're right, Mrs. Skeem. This is where the drama's at. Lyricism for Alpha Bite. Alpha Bite focuses far more on rhyme schemes than he always does on content. Okay, so what I mean by that is Alpha Bite sometimes will get so caught up into what he wants to fit into a rhyme scheme, it won't really matter too much to him what he actually says. This is not an always thing, but it's an often enough thing that it could be bothersome. So that's a 3. Flow and technique. He's gotten better, but he has too many songs that I've heard that are recent that sound too amateurish. 2.5. Star power. My boy Alpha Bite star power is very low.
Welcome, new butt brother.
He is very forgettable on this platform, unfortunately. So he's getting a 2 there. Do I enjoy listening to him? Yes. Actually, I very much enjoy his rhyme schemes and funness like that. And I'd actually put him at a solid 3.5 for listening. That puts him at a 2.975. That is 0.25 away from B tier. 0.25 away from B tier. Can I get F in the chat for math hating our boy Alpha Bite? Our boy Alpha Bite got wrecked by 0.25 from B tier. Let's get an F in the chat for Alpha Bite. So close. And Alpha Bite is in the chat. Hello, Alpha Bite. Good to see you here. We are very close to moving you up to that B tier level, it looks like. All right. Analyst. Oh, 0.025. You're right. It wasn't even 0.25. It's 0.025. My man. Whew. All right, so analyst. Let's clear the score. Analyst talent level is an easy 4. An easy 4 for analyst talent level. I know he does more than just rap. His lyricism gets into the rapidy rap bag a little too often. And anytime someone gets a little too rapidy rap too often, my personal grading towards lyricism, because all of this is obviously going to be based on my personal biases, every category, especially do I enjoy listening. But with lyricism for me, when you get too rapidy rap, I kind of get a little bit away from your lyricism. So that's a 3.5 for me, because it's not like he's a bad lyricist by any stretch of the imagination. His flow and technique is flawless. If you've listened to Analyst, this guy's been doing it a long time. He knows what he's doing. His star power, he's very likable as like a streaming personality, but as a rapping personality, you should make a workbook for each person. No, you get to see it once and you could rewind the stream if you want to see it again. I don't need that workbook used against me. I have to make people at least work for it to see it again. Because, yeah, that's the way I start even more wars, but not a terrible idea if I wanted to start those wars. But I'll make you work for it a little bit to get those ratings and do some personal work. Star power, though, he doesn't have that much of the rapping star power, more of just like a internet personality star power. So that's at a 2. Do I enjoy listening to Analyst? It depends on the song. So I'm going to, there's times I really like it, times I really don't. There's more times I like it than I don't. So I'm putting that at a 3.5, which puts him at a 3.775, puts him at the B tier with Mr. Calhoun. So Analyst is right there with Adam Calhoun. Hooray! Now it's time for Blindsight. My man, Blindsight. Resetting to zeros. Now we get into the real drama, the people who I've collabed with, the people who I love. Blindsight. My boy. All right, so talent, produce, sing, etc. Yes, Blindsight is a very talented guy. He produces, he sings. His only lacking is probably in the diversity of musical instruments from what I know. 4.5. Lyricism. Blindsight falls into a lot of the gritty, almost juggalo, angry alternative rock boy lyricism vibes. His rhyme schemes are always on point, but sometimes his lyrics just kind of get lost in tropes. So that's at a 3.5. Flow and technique is a 5. This man, the way he sounds is beautiful and perfect. Every time he flows, his technique, his cadence is extremely lovable. Star power. Blindsight star power is there, especially with the legally blind rapper element. But it's also hard to find those niche star powers, right? If you have a good niche, it's all about exposing it and finding it.
Skeem,
So the potential is there.
money.
Damn, Angela just says money. I appreciate you for the money. So I'm going to put star power above, like just above the threshold of the positive end of star power. Do I enjoy listening? Well, I usually only collab with people who I very much enjoy the sound of their stuff, so that should be obvious. Plus, I have been listening to his song Bounce That since he released it, like nonstop. It's still like my favorite thing he ever did because it's just a stupid club banger song. Definitely a 5 out of 5 for Do I Enjoy Listening, which puts him at a 4.275, which actually puts Blindsight into A tier, even though most people have this man either unnoticed or completely slept on. If you've ever listened to Blindsight, you'll know that he is, in both what he can produce and what he does, he's one of the better ones, because I typically try to work with people who I consider the best of the best, because that's what I like working with. So there's Blindsight, up there in A tier with Koofies. Now, Books the Rapper.
What's this?
Thank you for
Somebody
following
new? Welcome, new butt
The
brother.
Mod Dude 2020. Books the Rapper. Books the Rapper is that Gen Z vibe heavy. So let's go. Talent, produce, sing, etc. He's learning. He's still learning a lot. 2.5. He'll get there. Lyricism. It depends. I feel like I've seen glimpses of great lyricism and then just a lot of stupid lyricism. But overall, he knows what he's doing.
Somebody
3.5.
new? Welcome, new butt brother.
Thank you for following on Twitch. Now, flow and technique is, especially for his age, it's like flawless. It's silky smooth on the ears, what Books does. His star power, he's kind of in that forgettable realm. 2.5. That's a problem. Like, his name is forgettable, his persona's forgettable. He blends in too well to have that standout star power. Do I enjoy listening to Books? It depends on the song, so I'm going to cut it in the middle. So 3.125 for Books. Puts him right there. Oh boy, we got a lot of these to go. I got to get a drink going. We've done 6. We have another like 45. Hang on to your butts. Wait for the drama to keep going. I don't think anyone's getting S tier, by the way. Spoiler alert. But maybe as I'm going through this, someone will be. All right.
What's this?
Man, we're getting a
Somebody
lot of
new?
Twitch followers. Let's
Welcome,
go.
new butt brother.
Wait, that puts Books in B tier. You're right. My bad. Thank you, Mike Ross. All right, so broad necks. Broad necks. Let's clear the books.
What's this? Somebody new?
How many people
Welcome,
are
new
following me
butt
now
brother.
on Twitch? Let's go, Twitch. All right, so broad necks, talent to produce, sing, etc. He's more
What's
of just
this? Somebody
okay.
new?
What is
Welcome,
with
new
Twitch
butt
today?
brother.
All right, anyway. He is more on the rap side of things from what I've seen. I could
What's
be
this?
what in
Somebody
the
new?
hell is with Twitch?
Welcome, new butt
I'm
brother.
glad, but damn. I could be wrong on that, but from what I know about Broadnex, he raps, and that's what he does, and he can sing a little bit. So I'm doing a 2.5 there. Lyricism for Broadnex, I usually enjoy quite a bit, giving him a 4. Flow and technique, sometimes it gets into repetitive pockets, but overall, it's solid 4. Star power, he's definitely got that that star power, especially in his niche. That's a 4. Do I
What's
endo?
this? Somebody
My
new?
goodness, more
Welcome,
followers.
new butt brother.
Twitch is popping tonight. Do I enjoy listening to him? Depends on the song, so I'll put him on the better half of mid. 3.5. That means the B tier is getting crowded. Math is crowding this B tier. I probably should have had 10 tiers, but this B tier is probably going to end up real crowded. Well, we'll see as we get to these other acts. The ones that I like less personally will probably change it. All right, Cam Steady, otherwise known as a video game rap battles guy. Mr. Cam. Talent. Talent for Cam is, yeah, it's there. The man's a 5. This dude knows his shit. His lyricism, also a 5. This dude knows his shit. His flow and technique, it depends. He tries a lot of things that don't work. Overall, he's right in the middle on flow and technique. His star power, this hurts him a bit. Really, he's a lot better at being the video game rap battle guy.
Somebody new.
More
Welcome,
Twitch
you
people.
butt brother.
Than he is at being like a standalone rapper, right? It's he's another one that could just get lost in the mesh of things. If it wasn't for his video game rap battle success, I don't think he would stand out at all. So his star power is a 2. Do I enjoy listening to his rap battles? Sure, but I'm talking about Cam Steady. He does a lot of that super aggressive rap, that stuff you'll find in a lot of anime rap. So I don't enjoy listening to it at all, despite the technical prowess. That's a 1. But that still puts him at a 4.05, which gets him into the A tier, the third into the A tier. So clap, clap, clap for Cam Steady. All right, now we got Carly
What's
X.
this?
Wow, we are
Somebody
getting a
new?
lot of Twitch followers
Welcome,
right now.
you
Welcome.
butt brother.
Come to my other streams in the future, all you new Twitch people. All right, so we have got Carly X. Carly X is a very talented rapper, but she does not really do much besides that, so this is getting a 2. Lyricism for her is usually pretty on point. That's a 4. Her flow and technique is a 5. Her star power is right in the middle. It's I'd say it's on the better end. It's on the upper end of the power scale. And do I enjoy listening to Carly? Absolutely, I do. 3.425, crowding the B tier. The B tier needs to be split up. We might change the B tier to be just to diversify this, because no one's gonna fall into these. We're gonna do some midway diversifying of our portfolio. And I'm going to have to try to remember what some of these other people were ranked, because otherwise everyone's going to be B tier, because the math is set up that way, unfortunately. All right, so B tier is still going to be 3.9 as the top end, but C tier is going to start now at 3.5, which means D tier is going to be 2.5, and F tier is anything less than 2.4. This way we're going to have more diversity. However, what I need to know is who's getting knocked down. That means Books is getting knocked down. Alphabite was above a 2.5. Who else was? Carly is getting knocked down. And I think all of these guys were above a 3.5. So I think we're good here. That should help us out. Now, we're still not going to have anyone in S tier. That would help some of the congestion in A tier. But I guess for this stream, S tier is really sought after. But there we go. That's a much better looking list now. We need to do that for the sake of how this math is organized. I am realizing real time. So adjust on the fly. There we go. This will spread it out a lot more. So here we go. Now we have Chase. Let's clear the list for Chase. Chase, talent through the roof. 4.5 on that bad boy. Only because I don't know how well he can actually produce. Maybe he can, but I know he's got a pretty good singing voice when he wants to, and he's actually a musical talent. And lyricism for Chase is a 5. His flow and technique, he knows what he's doing. His star power is, he's got sellable attributes, 3.5. Do I enjoy listening to Chase most of the time? That's a 4. That puts him at 4, 5, up in A tier. Should be no surprise to anyone. And I'm going to ask if you guys want S tier to go for anyone at a... Actually, I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to do this because no one's bet at this high. S tier is going to be a 4.8 or above because we haven't had anyone at a 4.8 yet. And that way maybe we'll get a couple people into S tier. And I need to switch this. This is backwards. Less than 2.4. There we go. All right, so I don't think any of these guys were above a 4.7. If they were, my bad. But we'll try to make it possible to get S tier. Make A+ tier. Ooh, I like it. This is what happens when you do this live, but it's all for the glory. So A+ tier is going to be 4.5 and above, I guess. No, 4.6 and above. And then S tier will still be a 5. So nobody's still going to get S tier, which means Chase goes up here, Koofy's goes up here, and these two are still down here. Which this needs to change to 4.5. There we go. Just a little bit higher up goes to the A+ tier. We all good with this? We're all good with this. I just want it to be, yes, the video on demand will stay up. I just want it to be more spread out, which means we need more tiers. I think this will do a little better. You didn't, Koofy's 4.6? Oh. So Koofy's was less than 4.6, is that what you're saying? Let me know. Matt says he was less, which means the only A+ is Chase. Let me see. That would probably be right, actually. I'm just waiting for confirmation from chat. Was Koofy's above a 4.6 or below? He was the first one, so if anyone rewinds and comes back, let me know.
What's this?
What was
Somebody
Koofy's
new?
score? I'm going to move
Welcome,
on,
butt brother.
and someone needs to tell me what Koofy's actual score was by rewinding, so we know if he was A+ or A, or if Chase is the only A+ right now. Thanks. Crypt time. All right, so Crypt. Crypt has everything under his belt. Mix and master and engineering ain't really his bag, but that's not necessarily a skill you have to have. He could sing. He could play instruments. He's got the talent. Koofy's was a 4.1. Okay, so he is A. That means Chase is all alone in A+ right now. There we go. All right, so a 5. His lyricism is a 5. His flow and technique. His flow is there. His technique and cadence are there. It doesn't always sound exactly how you would want it to, but it's pretty damn flawless most of the time. So a 4. His star power. Very lovable YouTube guy. Beyond YouTube, how big of star power does he have remains to be seen, but I like to think of it more on the positive side at a 4. Do I enjoy listening to Crypt? I absolutely enjoy listening to Crypt. That's a 5. 4.85. Crypt joins Chase in the A+ tier. Should be no surprise there. Both my personal likes for Crypt and the talent he brings, as well as the things we are rating rappers on, it's pretty obvious Crypt is going to be high up there. Now we have Daddy Fat Snaps. Crypt over Koofy's, good night. Look, you have to understand that 40% of the ranking is your ability to do things besides rap. If 40% of your ranking is your ability to do things besides rap, it's going to hurt a lot of people who just do rap. And S tier is only if you're absolutely perfect, which means nobody's going to be S tier. My S tier is sacred, pretty much reserved for my child. So understand the system and calm your tits. So, I am not ranking who can rap the best. I am ranking which rappers are the best all-around artists. So that should clear some of this up. S tier is mostly a gag, yeah. But it should help clear up your confusion because we're not saying who is the best rapper. We are saying which rappers are the best all-around artists. That's what I'm looking at. So, there you go. We are on Daddy Fat Snaps. Talent, production, etc. This dude has it through the roof. His lyricism, boy, his anime bars and stuff. It's very clever for what he does. I don't enjoy it, but since I'm just ranking lyricism, the actual lyrics, it's a 4. Flow and technique, this dude masters the style he tries to do, which is a 5. Star power, the dude's already a fucking star in his community. It's a 5. Do I enjoy listening? No. That's staying at a 0. An absolute 0. I hate themed anime type music. I listen to these things because I'm forced to. I can acknowledge all the talent behind it, but since this gets to be my tier list with my bias, I absolutely fucking hate it. 0. Which means 3.95, which means B tier. Now we move on to Dan Bull. Go back and do AK. Which one's AK? I don't do names. I would have to know who we're talking about. All right, so we are on Dan Bull. Talent, 5. Lyricism, he does a lot of stuff that's just to be cool rhymes. That docks him a point. 4. Flow and technique, some of his cadence gets really repetitive. 3.5. Star power, boy's a star. 5. Do I enjoy listening? Sometimes. When Dan Bull does funny stuff, I like it. When he does serious stuff, especially if it's serious with a theme, God, stop. Themed music people, don't stop what you're doing. You guys love it. You enjoy it. I just fucking hate it. Like, rapping about a topic and theming your music are not the same thing. And I don't like themes unless it's funny. But since I do enjoy all of his funny stuff, we're going to split that in the middle. Sometimes I enjoy Dan Bull. 4.25. Dan Bull gets to join the A crew. Congratulations to Dan Bull. Dizzy Mutta Truckin' 8. Dizzy 8, talent. Bro, Dizzy 8 can do it all. Dizzy 8 can sing. He can produce. This dude is a musician. Boom. A theme and a themed song are not the same thing. You complete and utter trash heap of lack of human intellect in the chat. If I sing about a topic, that is not the same thing as theming a rap. What you said is the equivalent of saying wearing a Halloween costume is the same thing as wearing a business suit because they are both clothing. That is the equivalency of idiocy you have just uttered out of your mouth. Please never speak with that little intelligence in my chat again. Okay, moving on. Lyricism for Dizzy 8, 5. Flow and technique, 5. Star power, better a half of good or bad, 3.5. Do I enjoy listening? No, I don't enjoy listening to Dizzy 8. He does the theme shit as well. However, half of his stuff isn't the theme shit. So he gets a 3 because of the half that isn't the theme shit, which puts him at a 4.6, which puts him in A+. Because if you don't know, Dizzy 8's a really good fucking rapper and all-around musician. NF is a god and should be S tier. NF isn't on this list because he's not independent. He's owned by UMG, but I appreciate the money.
30% of your donation to We Skeem will go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
But yeah, if you don't know, Dizzy 8's a really good artist and rapper. All right, DK rap artist. DK rap artist, produce, sing, etc. He doesn't really sing. He's got a mixed bag of his production chops. We're putting him at a 3.5, so over the good side of overall talent beyond rap. I should put talent beyond rap, just for anyone that hasn't heard the full explanations and just sees it on the screen. Talent beyond rap, which is almost half of your grade here. All right, lyricism for DK. I'd say he's right at the above average for lyricists, so 3.5. Flow and technique. I like his grimy flow and technique, and I like how it sounds most of the time. 4. Star power. I mean, Yeah, especially when he's blue hair DK, he's got it. He's on the right side of that, on the above average side. Do I enjoy listening to DK? Most of the time. 4. 3.625. That puts him at the B tier. Congrats to DK.
What's this?
Hey, new Twitch follower. Bro, everyone is here for the drama. I enjoy people here for some good drama. Luckily, we have no one at D or F tier yet. I mean, no one to get too pissed off. But these are all pretty well-known names. I don't remember if anyone on here is going to be like less well-known, and we might start to get, well-known in my circles. We might start to dip into D and F, so uh-oh. All right, so let's, Dwayne TV. Dwayne Jackson. Talent beyond rap. Well, Dwayne just raps. When it comes to music, Dwayne will self-proclaim he doesn't know much of anything else, but he has too many follows, not enough donos. Kiesel, I'll take the dono. Thank you. I'm putting it at a 1. It's not like there's nothing there, but this is gonna hurt. This is what's gonna kill Dwayne's score because I'm not trying to rank who raps the best. I'm trying to rank which rappers are the best all-around artists. So that's gonna hurt Dwayne there. Add Screwface so we can have a lower tier. I just don't like interacting with that crowd at all. So he's not on the list. Lyricism for Dwayne is a 5. Flow and technique is a 5. Star power's kind of right in the middle, a 3. Do I enjoy listening to Dwayne? You bet your balls I do. 5. So a 3.3 puts him in C tier just because really he just raps. Which isn't a bad thing.
Skeem thanks you for your money.
Meant to make it $5. Here's the other 2. I appreciate the $5. Thank you for throwing money at me as I possibly make enemies in both the chat and of some of these artists who have weaker constitutions. Mike Ross just sent $5. Add Screwface so we can have a lower tier. I refuse.
Go to fund criminals like me. I mean the good people over at YouTube.
All right. I can't tell who this picture is. Oh, this is the real Duck Duck. I was like, who is this? This is one you guys haven't heard of. Talent beyond rap. Duck Duck he does some things. 2. Lyricism. It really depends on the song, but he falls just below the better than average category, so it's a 2. Flow or technique, again, it really depends on the song. If you saw his submission to Blindsight Cypher, it was pretty good, but there's always some issues there. It's right near where it wants to be. Star power, it's not there, unfortunately. He's forgettable. Do I enjoy listening? Actually, most of the time I enjoy what he's doing, so I'm going to put that on the upper side of that. 2.25 into D tier, and now we all get sad that our first D tier has arrived, and now everyone feels a little more awkward, and we just have to move forward.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
All right, Durand. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about everything to do with Durand. Oh, I should have put Froggy Fresh on the list, but no one told me before. Oh, 2.25. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is F tier. Oh, boy. Oh, we got to play the sadness again.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Well, all love to Duck Duck. At least he got a decently high score for me enjoying listening to him, but he got wrecked otherwise. F in the chat for Duck Duck. I think he's probably one of the smallest artists who actually hit me up to get added to this list as well. All right. Everything hurts, but we have to move on. What a loser, says Pandar. Ouch. All right, Durant. Admittedly, I don't know a ton about him, but I do know that what I heard, I fucking loved. But I don't know what his talent beyond rap is, so I have to put that as a neutral 3. I don't know what else he does. His lyricism is an easy 5. His flow and technique is an easy 5. The boy's got star power, easy 5. Enjoy listening. I haven't heard enough, and so I would feel like I have to put it at above a yay because I haven't listened to enough. 3.975. We're still in the 3.9 category, so we're going to put him B tier. Now, if I find out the man could produce, sing, and I listen to more of him, he might be an A or A+ rapper. If you don't know this guy, which you probably don't because a lot of people don't, he's the real stuff. Like, he's a guy who I look at and I'm like, if he gets the right eyes on him, he could blow the fuck up. And I think, again, if we were just ranking strictly on rap, he'd be way up here. But this, again, is a list of rappers who are also artists, kind of ranking them on their overall musical artistry, not just on their rapping chops. If I was ranking people just on rap, this would be a way different looking list. So if you're like just peeking in and out and going, what the fuck is up with this list? I'm not ranking these people just based on rap. If you want me to do another list just based on rap, then after this video on demand stays up on YouTube, comment that you want me to do a list of all these same people and maybe a few more just based on who's the best rapper. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're doing all around artists who are not label affiliated that I'm aware of. EK, Elijah Kyle. Let's reset. EK could do a lot. He's got a 4 on the Talent Beyond rapping. Lyricism. EK falls into a lot of pop type lyrics in between his deeper lyrics. Yay, subscribing on Twitch. So EK can go from like having this super deep song to this super like song that he's just trying to, you know, get people to vibe with it. So I'm going to give him a 3.5. It's better than average, but it doesn't consistently blow me away. His flow and technique is pretty damn good, a 4. Star power is there. EK's got that lovable personality. He's got a very loyal base for a reason. Do I enjoy listening? It depends on the song. So I'm going to put that 3.5, 3.825. That puts him at C tier. Honestly, depending on my mood, he could be right in that B tier as well, which is why he's like 0.1 away from it. But EK, I think he does a lot of stuff that's really more for himself and his fans, which I like. But sometimes lyrically, I want him to hit into the pockets that I know he can, but on a more consistent basis. Epic Lloyd. Our guy, Epic Lloyd. Talent Beyond rap. Epic Lloyd doesn't sing, but he does a lot of other fucking shit. And he can kind of sing. He just kind of chooses not to. 5. Lyricism. 5. Flow and technique. 5. Star power. The dude's a fucking star. 5. Do I enjoy listening? Fucking 5, I do. I guess we do have an S tier. Epic Lloyd all up alone. There's nothing I would rate lower than a 5 when I'm thinking of these things. He might not be the best rapper on the list, but think about this dude as an artist. I don't know if you've ever checked out Lloyd's independent projects, but not only, personal bias, it could take him out of S tier, but my personal bias, I fucking love Lloyd. So we have one in the S tier, one YouTube rapper artist to rule them all. Epic Lloyd, truly epic. Wait, I didn't mean to do money, but he has money. I meant to do this. So yeah, that kind of surprised me too, but when I looked at the categories I'm ranking people on, there's nothing that I would say Epic Lloyd's not perfect on based on those categories. This list is only as good as the categories, so those are the categories, and based on these categories, yeah, Epic Lloyd is S tier. Ethic the God, formerly known as Reaper. Talent Beyond rap. He could sing pretty well depending on the circumstances. He dabbles in other things, not really super musical, but he's right in the center on a 3. Lyricism is his strongest suit at a 4.5. Flow and technique flows in and out depending on what project he's working on. So that's on the better side of average. It's usually better than not better. Star power is not really there. That's a big hurting point for him as an artist. He doesn't have a lot of things that you gravitate towards to want to come back to or remember him by. If he had star power, he'd be a lot more known right now. I'm putting this at a 1. Do I enjoy listening? More often than not, especially when he gets into slower, more melodic songs, it gets really good. So I'm just putting that right in the middle, and that puts him at a 3.4, which puts him in D tier, which is not how I feel about him as an artist. He's actually someone I will work with in the future again, and someone who I consider a friend. But based, again, on the criteria I'm looking at on this list, that's where he ends up falling. And he honestly hasn't really released a lot lately. So from what I know from snippets I've heard behind the scenes, he has a lot more to give that he just hasn't at this point. So I'm curious to see where he goes because he could easily change this quite a bit. But one thing that really hurts him is his own image and marketability. There's not really a whole lot there. And that is Ethic the God is his name. He used to be called Reaper. Freshie Canal, let's reset the stage. Did I put him in the right spot? No, he's a 3.4, so he's here. Sorry, he's C tier. I don't know why I put him in D tier. He's C tier, not D tier. Because anyway, Freshie Canal. Freshie Canal, talent beyond rap. He is definitely a good producer. He doesn't really sing and stuff, but he's going to get a 4 because he has multifacets to his talent besides rapping. His lyricism. He does comedy, pretty much strictly comedy. I've never heard him do anything that's not comedy. Mike Ross says, you can't fool me. That rating on Epic Lloyd is because you're trying to get a feature in ERB. I get it, though. He's dope, but get that bag. No, I don't think Epic Lloyd's ever going to watch this. So definitely doesn't have to do with that. And I'm not trying to get featured on ERB. Actually, that's not been a goal that I've tried to achieve. I figure if they want that to happen, they'll reach me, but I don't think that's something that's there. But Lloyd and I talk in DMs, but I talk to a lot of these people in DMs who aren't
your donation to We Skeem
S tier.
will go to fun
But I
criminals
appreciate
like
the
me.
money.
I mean the good people over at YouTube.
No, it's below a 3.5, but these are up to 3.5. So anything between above 2.5, but below 3.5 puts them in C tier. This would be 2.5. Actually, wait, no. How did I do this? I'm reversed in my head. 4.6 or higher. Yep. 4.5. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's 3.5 or higher. There we go. You're right. That's D tier because this is 3.5 to 3. Thank you. I had it right the first time. I overthought it. He is D tier. My God. Thank you for pointing it out. Sometimes you overthink things while you're doing 10 other things. But back to Freshie Canal. 4 is talent beyond rap. Lyricism. Because he only does comedy bag, I'm just going to put him at above average. I'd be curious to see what he does. I'm sure he could do other lyrics, but we have to go with what we have. Flow and technique. He kind of struggles sometimes on his flow and his delivery in the parts that he voices. So I'm going to put him right at kind of average because sometimes he hits it, sometimes he doesn't. Star power. He's not really the star of the show, but he does things that make his show popular. So a 3. Do I enjoy listening? Most of the raps, so right in the middle. 3.5, 3.5, a 5er, which puts Freshie in the C tier as well. Now we are on to Gatsby. My guy Gats. Talent beyond rap is a 5. This dude is an artist all around. He does it fucking all. Lyricism is a 4.5. Just because sometimes he be doing that he knows what he be doing sometimes. Come on. Flow and technique is a 5. Star power is a 4. He's when he gets seen by the right people, this dude's gonna blow up. Do I enjoy listening? That's an easy 5. Gatsby going in the A+ tier amongst the giants. If you don't know Gatsby, you should know Gatsby. I don't think there's anyone in the YouTube rap scene who has quite the same amount of swag that Gatsby does. And he's just very unknown for some reason. I don't really understand that at this point, but eventually I think people will catch on. Luke Gone. Gone is one of the guys who I think is probably a better rapper than most people on this list, but we're not just looking at rap. We are looking at overall artistry, which is really going to change the type of rankings here. So talent beyond rap, he pretty much raps. Just the ability that he has in rap and other things that are kind of more variable things like marketing and stuff like that, I'm just going to put him at neutral because of that. His lyricism is very near top shelf. His flow and technique is pretty much flawless. His star power is well above average. Do I enjoy listening? Almost always I enjoy listening, but not always. 3.775. That puts him on this list at the C tier again, because this isn't just about who's the best rappers. If this was about best rappers, Gone is like up here. But we're talking about everything else besides just the rap. So that's why Gone is there. But like, if you've seen, I've ranked Gone before, and I think he was S tier when I was ranking just on rap. Gone was S tier. This is not a rap tier list. This is rappers, and we're doing a tier list based on their overall artistry. So now we're on to Grizzy Hendrix. My guy, Grizzy. Now, Grizzy's a lot more versatile than people realize in the stuff that he can get in with, but still sits at around the 3 for everything outside of rap. No, it wasn't Mike Ross. Wait, was he above a 3.5? Okay. Was he at a 3.5? Yeah, he was at a 3. Yeah, you're right. 3.55. No, this is a 3.9 or above. Stop confusing me. This is 3.5 and above. This is 3.9 and above. 4.5 is... Wait, no. Fuck. I'm confused again. You guys keep breaking my brains. Which way is it? Stop making me question myself. I need to put the ranges in here. We're just going to make my life easier. 2.5 to 3.4. Yeet. 3.5 to... It's a very small tier, that C tier, because we had to split these into micro tiers because everyone was in the same tiers. 9 to 4.4. B tier is a larger range. We need to change this. Fuck me. I feel like I'm so lost on my own tier list now from all the changes we did midway. Because there's no way this is just 4.5 to 4.6. This is supposed to be up to 4.5. Too late to change now. So these are up to lists. So this is up to 3.5, which means Reaper needs to move up one. So, because, yeah, when you look at the higher lists, it's definitely up twos. So I'm just going to put this so I don't misplace a bunch of people. Some people might be misplaced, but you know what? Their scores are visible, so just tell me who's misplaced. All right, so this is 3.5 to 3.9. And this is 3.9 to 4.4. Wait, no. This is... What the fuck? No! Stop doing this wrong. Oh, God, I've broken everything! Hold on. How is this even possible? 2.5 to 3.4. 3.5 to 3.9. 3.9 to 4.4. So these two are really just 1.1 off. How did this happen? Oh, God. Start over? Start over? Oh, God, then everyone will have different scores and I'll hate my life. I can't start over now, but we definitely broke this when we added more tiers. We broke this when we added more tiers, for sure. A plus is 4.7 to 4.9, which means this is... So how is A just one motherfucker? 4.5... A is where we got broken. A needs to be 4.0 to 4.6. There it is. No, it's not. Now we broke the other one. Fuck. We need to recount. You're right. B cannot start at 3.9. We're gonna... Oh, God. We're all... we ruined everything. It's all falling apart now. Oh... Fuck. All right. A plus is 4.5 and up. A is 4.0. B is 3.0. C. Which means we probably have to have all of these start over. This doesn't work either. I'm just fucking everything now. Okay, if we combine A and A plus again, we'll have that really long A tier that we didn't like, but that definitely would fix a lot of this. Oh, God, I hate all of you for saying things. Mrs. Skeem usually does this shit for me. All right, we're just going to do 2.5 to 2.9. Okay, C tier. 3.0 to 3.5. B tier. 3.6 to 4.0. Well, that's A tier, sorry. How did I miss B tier? B tier is 3.0, 3.5, sorry, to 3.9. A tier, 4.0 to 4.4, 4.5 to 4.9. There! That's what it was supposed to be. Whew! And I'm pretty sure that doesn't really move anyone from where they were. Thank God. Now, if there's anyone you know is in the wrong spot now, like who did we just do? Gatsby? No, we didn't just, that was 3.7, that was Gone. So Gone is B tier. Hooray! All right. If there's anyone else that you know that is wrong based on their score, now that we have the ranges, Reaper is a 3.4. Was he a 3.4? Okay, cool. All right, if there's anyone else, just put it in the chat. We have the ranges now, so Confused Skeem won't be confused anymore, and we're good. So back to your regular scheduled programming. We've got it all fixed. Hooray. So now, Grizzy Hendrix. Grizzy Hendrix, talent beyond rap 3. He's got some stuff going on. Lyricism is a 5. Flow is a 5. Star power a 5. Enjoy listening a 5. So Grizzy 4.2, which puts him in the A tier. Let's go Grizzy. Again, what did we learn? Never listen to chat. That is what we learned, Mrs. Skeem. That is fucking what we learned. We learned this a lot, is never listen to chat. All right. Now, if you're wondering why some of these rappers are where they are, it's because we're not ranking on strictly rap ability. We are talking about overall musical qualities. If this was ranking the best rappers, this would look a lot different. Okay? Okay, good. High Res. Talent beyond rap is right below the average. He's mostly in his rap bag, which he's very good at. Lyricism, flow, star power, and I enjoy listening to almost everything Rez does. 3.85. There he is. Okay. If I was ranking just rap ability, you'd have like 6 S tier. You are correct, I would. If I was ranking just rap ability, this would be absolutely completely different. So anyone who's coming in here super confused, this is not a who is best at rap tier list. Hollow music. Holo. Talent beyond rap, this guy gets a 4. He's got some other shit going on. Is Tom McDonald on the list? Yes. Lyricism for Hollow, also a 4. Flow and technique, big surprise, it's a 4. He's like that. Better than your normal at pretty much everything. Star power, however, it's right below average. Do I enjoy listening? Most of the time. 3.85 for Holo. Puts him right there in B with everyone else. So there you go. J-Law, you out. I gave the tweets. I invited people to put their own names in the hat. That's on you. All right, Jackson motherfucking Pierce. Talent beyond rap to produce, sing, etc. He's got a mixed bag. It's some of it's good, some of it's not. 2.5. Lyricism, it tends to stick a little too much on the same topics. So that's a 2.5. Flow and technique, he's getting better, but still right at around average flow and technique. Star power struggles a bit. 2. Do I enjoy listening? Sometimes, so I'll put it right in the middle. 2.6. That puts him first into D tier. That D tier stayed so empty for so long. There he be. I think that Jackson would be better suited if he went full like alternative rock lead man. I think he would do a lot better in that bag than the stuff he works with, because I see like semblances of greatness in what he does, but what he chooses to actually do doesn't seem to always jive with his actual talents, if that makes sense. Now we have this dude who I forget his name, but I remember his thing. He was requested a lot. Guys in the chat, remind me this man's name. He does some... He's got a lot going on. He's a foreign talent outside of rapping. His lyricism's kind of hokey at times, but it's definitely pretty good. His flow and technique, I don't personally care for. I think he's got some weird cadence issues and does some weird syllable munching together. His star power is pretty high. Do I enjoy listening to him? No. 3.6. He barely sneaks into the B tier. I don't remember his name. If you know his name, you know his name. I don't. This growing B tier, as you could see, a lot of these rappers, good or not, they're just kind of like overall artistry. Yeah, they're pretty good. All right, Jake fucking Paul. Talent beyond rap is a 0. Lyricism is a 1 because sometimes it's there. Flow and technique is a 2. Star power, unfortunately, is a 5. Do I enjoy listening? A 0. That puts him at a 0.75. Into the F tier he goes, where he obviously belongs. And actually, technically, Duck Duck was above a 2.4, wasn't he? Which means, since we've now figured out our ranking system, I think Duck Duck was above a 2.4, which means that Jake Paul is alone in F tier. All alone. All right, now we have Jekyll Music. Jekyll Music, talent beyond rapping. Not usually there. He produces some graphics stuff, but he doesn't really sing, and his graphics don't always hit. Some of his beats are pretty good, so I'd put it at a 2. It's not like there's no talent, but it's not like engrossing talent. Lyricism gets very repetitive into the juggalo sort of pocket, so that's a 2. Flow and technique, he's gotten better, but he is often off rhythm and has really awkward deliveries, so it's a 2.5. It's a little below average. Star power, I think he's a likable guy to a lot of people, but is a very niche market, so I'd put that at just below the average. Do I enjoy listening? Yeah, sometimes. I've done some songs with Jekyll, and when he hits like the right type of demented hit, I enjoy it. So I'd put that at right kind of at just below like an average listen all the time, which puts 2.15. So unfortunately, he has to join Jake Paul. So sad.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Now we're to Joey Nato. Joey Nato, we know talent beyond rap is a 5. This man does fucking everything. His lyricism, honestly, a lot of the times, Nato, I feel like, is just rapping. Now, I haven't like dug into all of his catalog. You're 47 minutes behind, Ricardo? Well, welcome. I think maybe if I dug deeper, I'd hear more stuff, but most of his stuff is really just like, I don't feel like I learn anything about Joey,
of your
what he thinks and believes, who he is,
like me.
from what I've heard of him.
Over at YouTube.
I imagine Joey has songs that are deeper, but the songs I've heard just, I don't know who Joey is. So I'm going to put that at a 2.5. His flow and technique is usually pretty good. His star power, Nato, who made this beat, we'll put that at a 4. Do I enjoy listening? Despite not always connecting with his lyrics, I enjoy more often than I don't. So 3.5, that puts him at a 3.8. And of course, the B tier gets more fucking crowded. This B tier, crowded as hell. But there it is. Now we got Josh A, I think is his name. He does a lot beyond rapping. His lyricism, I think, is not very good. I think most of his lyricism is pandering to certain audiences and trying to be deeper than it is. Now, this is going off of like 6 or 7 songs of his I've heard, but so far I haven't seen any sort of lyrical amazingness out of him. Flow and technique is usually like top shelf for him though. Star power is obviously through the roof. Do I enjoy listening when he's in his bag? So I'm going to put that right in the middle. That puts him at a 3.4, which is a C tier for me, which because I told you his star power is a 5, if any of his people see this, they'll be real pissed because he's got that star power, so he's got that following. But there you go. Now we got King Blitz. Talent beyond rap for King Blitz. I don't know that he really does a whole lot outside of the rap scene, so I've got to put that at default to a 2. And then King Blitz on his lyricism, definitely a 4. His flow and technique is flawless. His star power is pretty up there, and I very much enjoy listening to some Blitz. 3.425, that actually puts him in C tier. Again, that's mainly because outside of rap, I don't think he does like a lot of production and singing or anything like that. But as a rapper, again, in case you are just arriving to this stream, we're not ranking who's the best rapper. He does produce his own music. Oh, thank God. That means we can adjust this to at least a 3. Well, actually, I like his beats, so we're doing that to a 4. So now that I know see, there you go. Now he's A tier, where I would rather him be. Hella depraved to save the day. But yeah, if there's someone who produces and I don't know it, you got to let me know, because I assumed he just got beats from other people. But anywho, we're not talking about who the best rappers are, because otherwise, let's see, Grizzy would be S tier, 100 Kufis would be S tier, right? We're talking about overall artistry of independent rappers. So just in case you just got here and don't know what we're talking about, not that this shouldn't be clear with, what we're rating on, that should make it clear, but you never know. We're explaining. Knox Hill, Noxy Poo, Knox Darling. I do believe Knox produces his stuff. If I'm not mistaken, Knox is a producer. And Knox has other talents hidden. He's getting a 4. His lyricism, it would be a 5, but he loves doing that rapidy rap stuff, so that puts him at a 4. His flow and technique, I think he falls into the same pockets far too often. Far too often. But I'm still going to put that, we're going to do a 3.75. We're gonna experiment with that. Star power, Knox is a star, 5. Do I enjoy listening to Knox? Most of the time, 4.25. That puts Knox at a 4. That makes Knox A tier. Congrats to Noxy Poo. As I take another drink. All right. KSI. KSI doesn't really produce much that I know of, but I know he does other stuff besides just rapping, so he's going to be at a normal 3. Lyricism for KSI is also a 3. Flow and technique is a 4.5. Star power, I should put as like a fucking 10. In fact, it's my thing. I'm going to. Do I enjoy listening? Depends. 3. So that puts him at a 3.5. He got moved. He got moved up from some of his star power and stuff, but yeah, I gave him a 10 for star power, but 3.5. My damn list, I could give someone a 10 out of 5 if I want to. Man is a star, but overall artistry, from what I've seen, he's mostly just a star and a rapper, but not exactly like the biggest talent in the game. Now we got Lex Bratcha. Lex Bratcher. Talent beyond rap. Lex is a very good producer. We're giving this a 4.5. Lyricism, 5. Flow, 5. A star power, a 5. Do I like listening? A 5. That puts Lex at a 4.8, up into the A+ tier. That should surprise nobody who knows anything about me. Actually, since this isn't just strictly rap, that could be a surprise. But Lex isn't just a rapper. Lex does a lot of shit. So there we go. All right, we got The Real Maniac. He was on my first album ever. Dude's a very good producer. Putting a 4 there. Lyricism, usually on point, 4. Flow and technique. His cadences sometimes get very repetitive, but when he's in his element, his element. I'll put that at a 3. Star power. That's where it's rough. It is hard for him to get any traction star power-wise. He just gets mixed up with other people. That's a 0.5. It's rough for him. Do I enjoy listening? It depends. It gets repetitive. So that's at a 2.5 for me. That puts him at a 3.5, puts him in the C tier in the company of these gents. All right, Mass of Man. Mass of Man is a very talented dude. We're going to give him a 4.4. Lyricism. He's usually in his bag on his lyricism. I'm going to give him a 5 on that. Flow and technique. Yeah, 4. Star power, mostly there, so it's a 4. Enjoy listening, definitely a 5. That puts him at a 4.61. Look at him joining the A+ crew. A lot of you probably don't know who Massive Man is. But, what? U is 3.5, C or B? What are you talking about? Who's B tier? What? I need to stop listening to chat. Anyway, Mass of Man is A+ tier. If you don't know Mass of Man, you should. Dude's fucking fire. Like, a lot of people don't know who this guy is, but seriously, you should. He's an artist. He might not be the best rapper out there, because he's not. A lot of the guys in the A+ tier, actually, all of them except for Lex in the A+ and S tier, I wouldn't say are the best rappers. In fact, there's a lot of rappers better than A+ and S tier below them. But these are the best artists. What, Mrs. Skeem?
Because you're not going to understand via chat. 3.5, 3.5.
Okay, fine. It's to 3. Well, I've been going on 3.5. So who's in? This is 3.6. Who needs to get kicked out of B tier? You tell me. I know Joey does, and so does this guy, and so does Hollow. I think these are all still above a 3. Nope, DK. Actually, someone's going to have to tell me if DK was at or above 3.6. Thanks for fixing it, Mrs. Skeem. Now C tier just got crowded.
They were trying to tell you in the chat.
Oh, well, I couldn't understand what they were saying. So, C tier just got crowded with that 0.1 discrepancy. But let me know if anyone wants to rewind to DK, because he's the only one that I'm not sure was if he was at a 3.6 or not. Everyone else I think was at a 3.6 or higher. Oh, Hollow was a 3.8. My bad. My bad, Hollow.
You for your money.
Anyway, can you do a tier list for pop punk or just punk bands? Maybe. Right now I've got to focus on this, which is absolutely wrecking my brain. Yay, we're getting close to the end. Okay. We are on to Maguire. Maguire, talent beyond rap, is a fucking 5. Maguire is a very talented musician, producer, singer, rapper, like insane. Lyricism. Lyricism for Maguire is usually great. However, lately, he's been doing a lot of themed stuff. So he loses a whole point for that. His flow and technique when he raps could be better. His singing is better than his rapping usually, but 3.7. Star power, Maguire's got star power. He just got to get the right eyes on him. Do I enjoy listening to Maguire? Well, not his themed shit, which is like 90% of his stuff now. So I guess we're putting that at a 3.8, which puts him at a 4.3, which puts him into A tier. Maguire. Mercules. Mercules, probably one of the better rappers on the list. But we're looking at other things. He doesn't really have a whole lot of other like production credits that I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just going to put him square at a 3 for not really knowing if he does production. That's kind of where I've fallen if I don't know if they do anything outside of rap. So that's where I'm putting it. Okay, EK, thank you. Bam. Appreciate it. Okay, and lyricism for Mercules is obviously on point. Flow is on point. Star power is on point. I don't always like Mercules' stuff. It's kind of right in the middle for me, so I'm going to put his rating at right in the middle, which is a 3.9, which is right meow, with the Adam Calhoun, Broadnecks, and Analysts, and all of those fellas. Again, if this was strictly rap, you could see the two main rap categories, perfect 5s. Is this strictly rap? Hell no, it's not strictly rap. DK is 3.6. Oh, he was just barely there. All right. I appreciate it, Tyson. All right. Mises. Talent beyond rap.
Hey, Skeem, thanks you for your
Sup,
money.
Skeem? You thinking of reacting to some Freshie Canal battles? I've reacted to some. So, yes, because I have. Thank y'all for the dono. Supporting the stream and the fam. All right. Talent beyond rap for Mises is a 4. He does other shit. His lyricism, I don't actually think Mises usually has great lyricism. He has good direct lyricism, but it's not that compelling to me most of the time. I think it's right at average. Flow and technique is also same feel. It's just kind of average. His star power is through the roof. In fact, I'm making that a 10. Do I enjoy listening to it? I don't enjoy listening to Mises despite the talent. I'm actually going to just put that at a 2 because sometimes I sort of like it. Puts him at a 3.6, which puts him right with Adam Calhoun, which should be no surprise. They're kind of both Adam, Broadnecks. Broadnecks, I think of those are my favorite. Of Adam, Broadnecks, and Mises. Yeah, Broadnecks is definitely my favorite. I would listen to him more. Mr. Ill. Mr. Ill, I'm sure most of you haven't heard of. Very independent rapper whose name got thrown into the hat, who I've listened to enough to be able to rate. But Mr. Ill, talent beyond rap. He doesn't do much else besides rap, so I got to put that at a 2. Lyricism, kind of depends on the song, but it's a 2. Flow and technique, he could do some really cool flows, but his cadence isn't always there. So 2.5. Star power is not there. That's a 1. Do I enjoy listening? More often than not. So I'm putting it at just in the middle at a 3. Puts him at a 2.15 down there in the F tier. I love you, Mr. Ill, but that's where it is.
You for
They
your
ask you how you
money.
are, you have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it
LC3
because
number
they
1
would
says,
never
hate that he
understand.
missed the tweet to join this. More music coming this year, including I'm Alone with You on it. Well, we'll probably be back here again after I get, 17 diss tracks on my ass. All right. Well, let's be fair, Rants. Jake Paul is at 0.075. Both Jekyll and Mr. Ill are above a 2. So Jake Paul really needs his own category. Add row below. Jake Paul, which is less than 1. So Jake Paul has his own tier. And Mrs. Skeem is correct in what she just said. So we have the Jake Paul tier less than 1. Just to be clear that he got less than 1. All right. Mix. Mr. Mix Williams. Mix does a lot. He's getting a 3.5 for talent beyond rap. Lyricism is a 4.5. Flow is a 5. Star power remains to be seen, but I like to think he's got some, so we'll put that in 3.5. Do I enjoy listening? I've enjoyed pretty much everything I've heard, so I'm putting that at a 5. That's a 4.1. 7 motherfucking 5. Puts him in the A tier. I don't know if you know Mix Williams, but get to know Mix Williams. Oh, sorry, Aiden, about the typo. I'm not going to fix it right now, though. Markham's. Oh, sorry about your Broadnecks. Thanks, Jacob. And he's the one I like the most of these 3, too. But we have to go by the spreadsheet. F in the chat for Broadnecks. Being the one of the, that country type rap that I like the most, but fell down. Mark All right, so Merkham's, let me get this out of the way before I subject him to my rating. He is top 3 for me in YouTube rap. Probably my favorite YouTube rapper. I don't really do favorites, but he's got to be there. But this is not just a rap list. This is overall artistry. So talent beyond rap. He doesn't really produce, but he does do kind of melodic singing sort of flows. So I can put this at a 4 easily. Lyricism's a 5. Flow is a 5. Star power's a 5. Do I enjoy listening? A 5. 4.6. That does put him in A+ tier, so that is happy for me. I am glad he's up there. He's still not S tier Lloyd because S tier Lloyd does it all. So special, Lloyd. I didn't think anyone would be an S tier, but Lloyd proved me wrong. Now we got Nampson. You might know him from High Rez's Cypher. That's where a lot of us, myself included, got introduced to him. Gamer turned rapper. What do you mean you don't do favorites? You 100% do? I really don't. I do like favorites, plural, but I don't like have a individual favorite of almost anything. Lloyd is overpowered. Please nerf. Nerf in the next update. All right. Nampson, talent beyond rap to producing, etc. He's learning. So 3.5. He's getting there. Lyricism. He's learning. 3.5. Flow and technique. He's learning. 3.5. Star power is a 5. Do I enjoy listening? That's a 4. That puts him at a 3.65. I feel like Nampson's a guy, as he keeps going, is going to rise up these ranks quite a bit, but he's already starting on a very good foot. Now it is Nova. Yeah, and if you think this list is biased, there's like 140 people in here. This list is based off of who I think are the best artists who also rap. But let's talk about my bias really quick. Let me point out the people who I dislike the most and where some of them are. Dizzy 8. I don't like Dizzy 8. He's A+. Cam Steady. He doesn't like me, which makes me kind of weirded out about him. And he's an A tier. People who I really like a lot. Nampson, Hollow, High Rez, Gone, who I think is one of the best rappers on this list. Analyst, DK, Dwayne, Ethic, Alphabite, Books, like all the people I fuck with the most, Mr. Ill, like they're all down here. And they're the ones I fuck with the most. And a lot of these guys, honestly, are higher when I'm thinking just a rapper. But we're talking about all around artistry. And a lot of the people I fuck with and like, honestly, they're just rappers. And that's fine. But we're not ranking just rappers. So anyway, that's just to clear that out get that cleared. The air cleared there. I am ruthless to friends and foe alike. I'm just trying to be as honest as I can in my opinions based on what I've heard of their music. Nova. All right, let's go. Uh-oh, Alpha's getting bumped down. I appreciate it, Jacob. Jacob's doing the research to fix the tier from all the times we changed it. All right, F in the chat for Alphabite.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, Mrs. Skeem, I'm just trying to do it objectively by the music, not by how I think about these people. Alrighty. So let's go to Nova. Talent beyond rap, 5. Lyricism, man, when she gets in her bag, she gets in it, but she's not always in that bag. 3.8. Flow and technique, she doesn't really have like rap flows, but her technique when she does rap is pretty solid. 4. Star power, I'm doing this again. 10. I gave it to KSI, I can give it to her. Enjoy listening. Abso-fucking-lutely, 9 out of 10 songs. That's like a what, 4.7? That puts her at 4.7 doohickles. That puts her in the A+ tier for Nova. Nova is not signed. I think she was at some point, so you could disqualify her for that, but she is independent as of right now. All right, Postcard. Matty Matt Postcard. Talent beyond rap is a 5 for Postcard. Lyricism is a 5 for Postcard. His flow is a 5. Honestly, he's got a 5 star power, and oh my god, we have an S tier. As I'm thinking about this, yeah, Matt's fucking S tier. Like, what does he have that's wrong with him? He shoots and films and produces, so he's a videographer. He's a fucking multi-instrumental artist. He can out-rap most people on this list, and most people know who he is. They just never listen to his music. So yeah, another one to surprise me, but as I'm thinking about the qualifiers, he's S tier. There's nothing to keep him out of there. Like, and he's got the star power. It's just, I don't think the right people have fucking seen him. So hopefully that'll change someday. I mean, he used to be a lot bigger, but he's had a few name changes. That's what's kind of hurt, I think. Name changes have made the wrong enemies. Not his fault, but just shit happens. Alrighty. Quadeca. Talent beyond rap. I mean, I gotta put, like, since I've done above a 5 for some other things, I think Quadeca's like a 5.5. Lyricism. Usually pretty on point, 4.5. Actually 4.7. Flow and technique. Bump Adam to... Man, my guy Jacob is on it. Can we get a round of applause for Jacob for fixing after all the adjustments to the tier list rankings? Flow and technique is kind of spotty for Quadeca, to be honest. He's very experimental, so it doesn't always work. So this is kind of a 3. Star power is a 5 easily. Actually, we'll leave that as a 5. Do I enjoy Actually, that's a 10. 10 star power. Do I enjoy listening to Quadeca? Occasionally. 2. That puts him 4.71, which is A+. So there's Quadeca. He got more than a 5 for some things, but I've been doing that consistently throughout the list, so fuck you. Alrighty. We're coming down to the last few. The last few. Rice Gum! Alright. Talent beyond rap, none. Lyricism, none. Flow and technique, 0.5. Star power, 10. Do I enjoy listening? None. 0.55, worse than Jake Paul, but in the Jake Paul tier. So technically, Jake Paul scored higher than Rice Gum, but they both exist in the Jake Paul less than 1 tier. So there you go. Scribe. What am I using to rank them? Just tiermaker.com, and I imported all the photos myself. All right, Scribe. Her talent beyond rap, it's right above average. Her lyricism is a 5. Her flow is a 5. Her star power is a 5. Do I enjoy listening? Most of the time, so I'm going to put that at a 3.8. 4.22. That puts her right in the A tier. All right. Seppi. Seppi is Luke Gahn's right-hand man. He is a multi-talented dude, so we'll give him a 4. Lyricism, it's probably one of his weaker things, but it's still right at around average. His flow and technique is very unique. His cadence is very addicting. He's got that weird deep vibe to him, so I'm going to give that a 4. His star power is kind of weak. It's maybe at average at best. Do I enjoy listening? As often. I enjoy as often as I don't, so that's a neutral 3 as well. Puts him at a 3.5. Which puts him C tier next to our boy, Joey Nato. Alrighty. Now we have Steel Bars Official, who, joined in pretty late in here. Talent beyond rap. From what I've heard, he tries things, but it's not always amazing. Lyricism is right below what I would consider average in comparison to the rest of this list, so 2.5. Flow and technique needs a little bit of work. Star power, unfortunately, doesn't exist for him. Do I enjoy listening? What I've heard, I don't usually go back to, but I don't despise it. So 2.5, 2.175. He joins Jekyll and Mr. Ill in the bottom here. And I create another mortal enemy from a friend.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I don't think Joey's lower than you. I think I accidentally put him in the wrong tier during all that mix-up. So I'm going to put him up there because he's probably up there. I know his lyricism hurt a bit, but I'm pretty sure it was higher than a 3.6, and he was just in the wrong spot. So I could be wrong. Jacob, you can correct me since you're like the bookkeeper of this stream. But I think Joey was above a 3.6. All right, Tommy McTommelson, Tomald McDonald, Tom Tindle, Tom Toodle Toms, Tiddly Tom T, Tiddity Tom, Tom Tippily Tom. Okay, talent beyond rap is a 5. Lyricism is actually at a 4. He gets way too repetitious. When he's on his lyrics, but he's not consistent enough. His flow and technique from a rap perspective, which is what we're looking at when we talk about flow and technique, has improved a lot, but it is not perfect. It is a 4. His star power is an obvious 5. Actually, we'll crank that to a 10. Do I enjoy listening to Tom McDonald? You bet your ass I do. That puts him at a 4.85, which puts him at A+. We'll put him next to Nova because they got to stay together. All right, so I was right about Joey. Okay, I thought he was higher. Okay. Now we're on to Trippy J. You may or may not have heard of Trippy J. He was on my first album, Talent Beyond Rap. He plays guitar. He's a singer. He's doing all those things. He's not perfect at any of them yet, but he's been dabbling, so he's getting a 3.5. Lyricism is a 5. The dude is insane. Flow and technique is a 5. The dude is insane. Star power, if he wanted to be a star, he probably could, but he doesn't always chase after that sort of a mantra, so I'm putting that at a 3 because it's kind of a variable. And then, do I enjoy listening to Trippy J? Sometimes it is just far too trippy, so we're keeping that at the kind of above middle at a 4, which puts him at a 4.15, which puts him into the A tier. I recommend Trippy J. The dude is trippy, as the name would suggest. I am liking that we have a pretty good dispersion here of most people are in the middle tiers, with it tapering down as you go up and down. That means our math and our tier tactics were not completely bumpkiss. Hooray. Upchurch, Talent Beyond Rap is an easy 5. Lyricism, I don't like country lyrics, and I'm trying to just think about it from more of an objective standpoint. It's usually pretty good, so I'm going to give him a 4. Flow and technique, and his, a lot of his cadence, a lot of his flows are really weird. He's in his bag more when he's singing, but it's definitely above average, so I'm going to put 3.5. Star power is a fucking 10 out of 5. Do I enjoy listening to Upchurch? Not really, so that's going to have to be a 2, and that puts him at a 4.35, which is still A tier, making him beat out the other country bumpkins on the list, mostly because I know how talented he is beyond rap. Maybe the other ones I would rank higher if I knew about their hidden talents. I just don't know about them. Does the 3.55 go in the 3.5 bracket? No, B bracket starts at 3.6. So if it's a 3.55, they're still C. Thank you for asking. It starts at 3.6 for B. Screwface is not on this list. Vin J, talent beyond rap to produce, sing, etc. He does some things outside of rap, 3.5, more on the production side and on the art side. Lyricism for Vin J is a 4.5. Flow is a 5. He's probably got, actually I'm giving him a 6 out of 5. He's probably got one of the best flows in rap. Star power is pretty good at a 5. Do I enjoy listening to Vin J? Yes, I do. That's a 5. That puts him at a 4.35, puts him in the A tier in good company. If you are just joining this insane stream where we've ranked about 50 different rappers, we are not ranking them on their ability to rap. Strictly, we are ranking them on these 4 factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factors I can count. And 2 of these factors that add up to 40% are strictly rap factors.
New? Welcome, new butt brother.
So you need to understand, if you're confused at the ranking, literally less than half of your rank has to do with your ability to rap. So this is not This is not who's the best rapper. This is of the rappers who are the best all-around artists. So hopefully, as I've cleared that up multiple times throughout the stream, that'll clear it up to anyone who hasn't heard it yet. Because, like, this is not ranked how these would look for just rap. Okay, so, yes, Knox Hill is on here. Where is my boy Knox? Here, A tier. We Skeem is the last one. Your boy Skeem. All right, let's see where I put myself. I'm going to do the same thing. Talent beyond rap is a 5, easily. Lyricism is a 5, easily. My flow and technique and my cadence, I'm very experimental, so I can't really rank that super high. That's a 3.5. My star power is niche star power. That puts a ceiling on it, a pretty low ceiling as well, but it is better than average, so it's a 4. Do I enjoy listening? I absolutely love listening to myself. That's a 5. That puts me at a 4.8, which is too high, so I'm going to change my star power to a 3 and my flow to a 3, which puts me to a 4.7, which is still too high. So I'm going to change my lyricism to a 4, which puts me to a 4.4, which is a much better rating for me at an A tier. All right, so that is it. That is what you've got. These are rappers as an artist, as I see it. And this will stay up. So if you want to rewatch it, rewatch it. Until next time, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Thanks for hanging out through this extremely long stream. Bye!